Hi, everyone! Happy New Year! What? It isn't really New Year, is it? It's a new church year. The church year every year begins with Advent and ends with celebrating Christ the King of the universe, which we did last week. So that must mean that this week we start Advent. Advent is a purple season. Purple stands for drawing close to God through opening our hearts up in prayer. We will light the first candle of Advent this week. Advent is the time when we anticipate Jesus is coming. We are waiting for Jesus in his birth at Christmas. At the same time, we have Jesus in our hearts. So we spend time drawing close to Jesus in our hearts and looking forward to seeing him alive in the world around us. There are 4 weeks of Advent. Do you have an Advent wreath at home? Advent wreaths have 4 candles, one for each week. 3 of the weeks are purple and are for times of quiet and reflection. But the 3rd week is pink, recognizing the joy of Jesus' coming. Each week of Advent has a special story. The first week is looking forward to Jesus' coming. The 2nd week is when John the Baptist reminds us to turn back to God. The 3rd week is when John the Baptist sees Jesus coming and we have so much joy. The 4th week is when the angel Gabriel visits Mary to tell her that she will have a baby, Jesus. Advent is a very special journey, and following that journey before Christmas makes Christmas even more special. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "Strange things will happen to the sun and the moon and the stars. The nations on earth will be afraid of the roaring sea and tides, and they won't know what to do. People will be so frightened that they will faint because of what is happening to the world. Every power in the sky will be shaken. Then the Son of Man will be seen, coming in a cloud with great power and glory. When all this starts happening, stand up and be brave. You will soon be free." Don't spend all of your time thinking about eating or drinking or worrying about life. If you do, the final day will suddenly catch you like a trap. That day will surprise everyone on earth. Watch out and keep praying that you can escape all that is going on and that the Son of Man will be pleased with you. The Gospel of the Lord. In this week's Gospel, we hear about Jesus' return. Strange things will happen to the sun and the moon and the stars, and people will be afraid and every power will be shaken. Imagine how important the sun and the moon and the stars are to us. It wouldn't be day without the sun or night without the moon and stars. We may have other things in our life that we think are just as important to us. But before Jesus comes, these very things we think are so important will be shaken. And of course, big changes to the way we are used to are scary. It's scary to imagine everything we know being changed. But that's when we will see Jesus coming with power and glory. Jesus tells us that when all this happens, we should be brave because we will soon be set free. What do you need to be set free from? Do you have something bothering you? Is there something big and important in your life, like the sun and moon and stars, that needs to be shaken so you can be set free? So Jesus can come in full power and glory to your life? Jesus tells us not to spend our time worrying about life and focused on the wrong things, or we will not be prepared when Jesus comes. Imagine how sad that would be if Jesus came and we weren't paying attention. Imagine all the little ways that Jesus comes today to us and we aren't paying attention. Maybe someone is there to help or encourage us and we don't appreciate it. Maybe someone needs our help and we don't give it. Maybe God brings something great to our lives and we don't even think to thank Him. Jesus then encourages us to keep praying so we are ready and Jesus is pleased with us. Imagine how pleased Jesus would be to come to us even today in our prayers or thoughts or through others, and we are ready to listen, help, and appreciate Him. Let's find a way today to be ready for Jesus.